Hello, my name is Aaron Jordan with Roast House Coffee. We're here in Spokane, Washington. I'm one of the owners alongside my wife. We are an organic coffee roastery, and one of our main focuses is on sourcing partnership relationship coffees, which is a word that gets thrown around a lot. And for us, what it means is that we're continually working with a very small group of producers each year and working with them over a long period of time. And what we've seen happen is beautiful coffees like the Don Raúl that you will all hopefully enjoy have come available. So last September, we traveled down to visit Rutas del Inca, which is in Querétaro, Peru, which is about 6 hours into the hills from the nearest airport. We've been sourcing from them for about 10 years. And a big motivator for us going down to visit them was not only obviously to see where our coffee comes from, but also to deepen these relationships and find ways that we can source more coffee from them. That's the way that we've always grown, is to be able to buy community lots from a cooperative and also be able to buy really limited micro lots that are kind of unlike anything else. And so we went down there, we cupped about, I think, total 50 to 60 different coffees. And we got to actually visit Don Raúl at his farm, which was like the craziest experience. It was a really gnarly hike in after like a 3-hour truck drive from the main co-op headquarters. And we walked through his coffee shrubs, which were like literally like this close to each other. I don't know how they harvest. It was really genuinely insane. So as we're walking through this beautiful coffee forest that had a canopy over it, and then on the other side of the shrubs was his wet mill and where he dried his coffee, which is kind of unique. Not a lot of producers have all of that tools on the farm itself. Usually they have to transport the cherry or the parchment somewhere else to have it processed, but Don Raúl has it all. It's like this dope purple chromed out wet mill that he produces this anaerobic washed coffee. We talked to him about processing methods and kind of demands from customers and consumers. And for him, he just said, yeah, it's not really a big deal. I really enjoy making coffee. I like doing traditional wash coffees. I also really like making a little more ferment influence like this anaerobic washed. It's still really clean, has a lot of tropical notes to it, but you'll still get a little ferment in there as well. So without further ado, let's brew up a cup of this beauty. And this is exclusive to Crema. So we were only able to source a bag of his coffee, goes to this anaerobic processing method, and we got it all, which is super cool because now we get to offer something exclusive to you all for you to enjoy. So I'm going to brew on the V60. You can definitely brew on any other flatbed brewer. I like this because it accentuates the acidity and the vibrancy that this coffee has. So we're going to do a small little cup. So this is 12 grams of coffee on a relatively fine-ish grind setting. Pour over grind settings are always kind of interesting because it's like fine, medium. What does that mean? No one knows, but roughly-ish on the finer notch of if you were to brew a pot of coffee, for example, if that's helpful. And then this brew is going to be pretty fast. Again, I'm aiming to accentuate the tropical notes in this coffee, the sweetness, the acidity, and get some complexity out of it. So if you prefer sort of heavier bodied coffees, you can definitely tone down the brew ratio. Feel free to do that. But for this brew guide, we're gonna go for the punch. So 12 grams of coffee in there, water off boil. And we're going to add about 50 grams of water. I usually like to give my bloom a little swirl. Just kind of saturates everything. And we're going to wait 10 seconds. Everything is in 10 seconds on this brew. Why? Because that's the only way that I remember it. So right at that marker, we're going to add another 50 grams in 10 seconds. So that bumped us up to about 100 grams total in the brew bed, and we're going to let this go for another 10 seconds. So we're sitting right around 45 to 50 seconds at this point. And right at the 50-second marker, I'm going to add another 100 grams. So about double what we have been pouring, so a lot faster. And I'm trying to create this whirlpool effect. So there's our 200 grams. We have a little nice vortex spinning in our brew bed. Some people like to spin the brewer a little bit. You can definitely do that. If the grind is too fine, it will clog, but we won't worry about that. So the target goal is that our brew is done right around 1:45 to 2 minutes as it drains through. And now through the magic of television, you can fast forward this and it'll be done, and I'll pour it in the cup and finish the rest of it. All right, now our 2 minutes has elapsed. We have a nice little flat bed that you can cozy yourself up to. Some people like to swirl the brew bed. I don't know, you can do what feels right. It's your life. So we got 12 grams of coffee in there on a fine-ish grind setting, 200 grams of water total, target brew time around 2 minutes. Don't stress out too much. Enjoy your coffee. It's the morning. It's Don Raúl's coffee. He's got a really dope hat. Hopefully you guys will see all the pictures. If not, hit us up and I'll send you pictures of Don Raúl because his hat is epic. Let's give it a try. Yeah, you get this. It was really interesting to write the tasting notes for this coffee because it's so complex and so expressive that all of us had quite radically different tasting notes, different things that we were picking up on. So if you're not picking up the stuff on the label, again, don't stress about it. Just enjoy it. It's a delicious cup of coffee. But we get a little like fermenty processing right up front. We related it to amaretto. There's a nice little fresh green, like sencha green tea. Yeah, freshness. I already said fresh, but I'm going to say it again. It's very refreshing. And then the acidity, and as it cools, just expect a ton of like mixed berries, tropical fruits, just really kind of juicy and coating. And the finish is clean, and I get a little more of that green tea as it cools off. It'll be a great coffee to let rest or drink it all. Again, the moral of the story, if you're not picking up on what I'm putting down, is you should enjoy this coffee because Don Raúl rips, and I'm so excited that it's going to all of you at Crema.